So friends, welcome back to our channel LearnWidGiggs. In this video, I have invited Mayur Patil, who comes from a non-technical background, who prepared for UPSC continuously for 5 years. Now, as a fresher, he has cracked a job of a business analyst. His journey is really motivating and inspiring. You will get a lot of insights from it and many of you would relate with it a lot. So let's start the video, and before that, please do like this video. It really motivates me a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to it, and you can also follow me on Instagram LearnWidGiggs. Also, please do congratulate him in the comment box because he really deserves this appreciation for his continuous hard work. Hi Mayur, thank you so much for taking out your time and coming onto this channel. So can you please introduce yourself first and also walk us through how your journey started towards data analytics?
Hey, hi Shashank. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am also pretty good. My name is Mayur Patil. I am basically from Thane, Maharashtra. I am born and brought up in Thane itself. I did my primary schooling and 12th standard from Thane itself. And post to that, I did my BSc IT from Birla College, which is situated in Kalyan. So from there, I did BSc IT after 12th. My sister was enrolled in BSc IT program, that is Bachelor of Science in IT. So as we say in Hindi, like देखा देखी में ले लिया. So as like I also did BSc IT, but my interest was not in BSc IT actually. Like my interest from school days lied in social studies, history, geography. So, but from the point of view कि यार tech industry is booming, so that's why I enrolled myself in BSc IT. But in the first year, I got dropped. Like there are among 12 subjects, so in majority I got KT. KT means I failed to pass. So at that point, I realized that this is not for me. Like I have to choose some other stream. So, and back of the mind during my BSc IT days, I was also inclined towards government exam preparation. To be precise, it was UPSC, Union Public Service Commission exams, because my father was in government servant. So the inclination towards government job came from him also. So I started preparation for UPSC from 2019. I did BSc IT for 1 year, that is 2018, and in 2019 I enrolled myself in BA program, that is Bachelor of Arts, from Yashwantrao Chavan Maharashtra Open University, which is situated in Nasik. So I did my BA program there, which was of distance learning. That is, we don't have to go to college for regular lectures. We just have to attend the exams on yearly basis. And parallelly, my UPSC preparation was also going on. So because UPSC has the minimum graduation criteria, so I wasn't able to give the exams till 2022 because my degree completed in 2022. So after my degree also completed, I gave my first UPSC attempt in 2022, and I also enrolled myself in Master of Arts in 2022 itself in the month of August. So post to that, I did my master also parallelly, which also got completed in the January September 2024, and I gave my UPSC last attempt in 2023. So with UPSC preparation, my education also got completed till post graduation. And when the time came for actually the, as we say, the peak career age, that is from 23 to 25. So as I was preparing for UPSC, there was no backup plan in my mind back then, because I was like whole and soul, I just want a government job. But then two unsuccessful attempts of UPSC happened, and I also targeted for RBI Grade B exam. So I gave two attempts of RBI Grade B as well. But after giving like 4 to 5 exams of government, I realized that at the end employment matters and not the source, government ho ya private ho. So back then I started realizing that I need to excel myself in corporate environment as well, because I didn't tested myself there. So one of my friends suggested me that you should also explore other career options as well, because he was also an ex UPSC aspirant who is currently a data analyst based in Pune. So he told to explore me. So I started exploring. So I left UPSC preparation in June 2023 after my second attempt. And post to that, for 6 months, I just explored various career options. So then I came across like three YouTube channels, to be precise, which were majorly focusing on for them who are government job aspirants, but who were unable to clear the exam for XYZ reasons. So I referred the three YouTube channels, in which the three of them suggested the 10 career paths which we can pursue. that career path don't require any technical skills like BTech or MCA or any technical degree. So likewise, there were 10 career options, namely among them business analyst and data analyst was one, UI UX developer, digital marketing, and so on and so forth. So in that, I decided to like explore more on data analytics field because I was able to relate to analysis as during the UPSC days when we used to prepare for UPSC prelim exam. So we used to do analysis of previous year questions on Excel itself. So I was little bit familiarized with the analysis part of thing, but just the point that I wasn't aware that this is the analysis that we actually do in industry also, but in a high scale. So I did the thorough research for the data analysis then. And so after doing this research, I started this research from June 2023, and I ended this in mid of December. So in mid of December, I decided that finally I want to pursue my career in data analytics or business analytics field. So as I've decided now, so it was the point to choose which course should I pursue from which edtech institute. So I came across two edtech institute. One of the edtech institute was it was a very good further data analytics preparation. So I firstly consult with one of my friend that these two are the educator in this particular edtech company. So I cross check their credibility on LinkedIn and so some other sources. So I found it quite credible. So I enrolled myself in that particular course, and this was in January 2024, last week of Jan to be precise. So I started this in Jan, and this course ended in, I guess, October 2024. It took 9 months for me to upskill myself. So in this course, I upskilled in Excel, Power BI, SQL, and Python. Python, I just get the hands-on experience because the particular educator on that edtech, he just told one thing that if you want to pursue career in data scientist or data engineering, you will need Python very strongly. But if you're only targeting data analysis, Python is something that you should just know the libraries, how to extract the data. So I got the hands-on experience of Python.
So Mayur, let's talk about your resume. How as a UPSC aspirant you designed your resume which actually helped you to get the interview calls in your job search period. So can you share your screen and show us the resume that you created which can actually help the people who will be watching this video?
So I can show you business analyst resume now. So firstly, talking about my resume, let me give you the brief intro. The resume took around 12 hours for me to prepare. So firstly, as you can see my name, and then here below you can find my information like number, email ID, LinkedIn profile, and project portfolio. So the reason for mentioning the project portfolio in the top section is to make the recruiter easy to reach out to my work so that he don't have to search for the particular projects. And coming below, I just specifically mentioned my summary section. Like although they the tech platform educator, they told us that you shouldn't add the summary section, but the point was if I didn't add my summary section, like recruiter will how will recruiter know that what I did in the 6 months or let's say any internship which I did. So I added it from my side. And coming to the skill section, I mentioned the skill which is related to business analysis majorly. So here I mentioned Power BI service, Power BI desktop, and the so on and so forth skills that are required for the business analysis.
So for the business analyst profiles, you have mentioned in the second point under skill section, business and project management. So BRD,
Yeah.
FRD, Agile, Jira. Can you
Hmm.
throw some light on this?
Okay. The BRD and FRD are basically whenever the client requirement comes. So whenever I am the first person who goes to the clients for asking for a particular project, like what you want from this particular project? What are the key points that you need to be assigned to us? So this document overall it is BRD, like business requirement documentation. This is the very basic but very essential part of the business analyst profile, BRD.
Okay. So BRD, FRD, Agile, all these things has to be learned to apply for business analyst profiles, right?
Yeah, these are the main basic things which can't be avoided. And coming down, programming language I mentioned here SQL and Python. Although it's Python, I just have an hands-on experience. But the thing is, if you have hands-on experience, then too you need to mention it in your resume. As if you are saying that I have hands-on experience, but you haven't mentioned it, so also interviewer won't ask you about that.
Right.
And specifically, I want to mention this. Like many of the candidates, they don't put it. The last skill that I have mentioned, like specialized proficiency, so here many of the candidate we use ChatGPT for problem solving, etc. But we should explicitly also mention it in the resume. Like it is not any differentiating factor. But when you apply this in your put this in your resume, it gives the indication to the specific recruiter. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, this guy has also mentioned these specific skills which he applies for the problem solving skills. Although I don't know what difference it will make or not, but in my case it made the difference.
Okay.
And coming below, talking about my professional achievement, so whichever certifications I did, like this business analysis, this was Udemy certification.
Mm-hmm.
I did it from Udemy, and these all these are from the edX platform, which was provided to me from my MBA course, which I was enrolled. So
Mm-hmm.
there they provided us with this particular five certifications. And talking about my work ex, so I enrolled in the first internship. This is TechnoX EduTech that we can see here. So in this internship, what I did was, it was a hands-on experience basically. I was about to design two dashboards, one for HR and one for sales. So it was to gain a hands-on experience, like how is the interface of Power BI,
Mm-hmm.
drag and drop thing. The second internship, this was a major internship which I did at Lake Technology. So here I learned actually what is the domain knowledge, how
Mm-hmm.
the how the business analyst or a data analyst provide the problem solving approach and mindset to the stakeholder. How do they identify insights and give it to the clients?
So whatever internships that you mentioned over here, how did you get that?
So all these three internship, as you can see, these are the internship which I got through LinkedIn, which are completely remote job, which I got through one of the recommendation from my friend.
So as an UPSC experience, if you have to start your journey towards data analytics, so it's good to do some internship, virtual internships, or some kind of remote internship, the way Mayur has done, so that you can add it under work experience section and make your profile strong. So thanks for sharing that, Mayur.
Thank you, Sashan.
Now, can you tell Mayur what were your job hunting strategies which actually helped you to get the interview calls? Because you know the competition is huge in the market. So what particular steps you applied which actually helped you to get the calls?
So yeah, Sashank, I can totally relate because I also applied for more than 500 jobs in like 4 months. So I actually started applying in mid of April itself, because the peak hiring season was going on at that time. So till April, I was like upskilled in Excel, Power BI, but I wasn't upskilled in SQL. And also the projects which I did, that were on guided projects. So in April, I got couple of interview calls, but majorly I was like spammed by the fake recruiters. So in April to May, I gave around four interviews, but although all the four of them demanded the core SQL skills, which I lacked at that time. So I prepared myself in the 3 months, coming 3 months. But the thing is, as I told, I was an ex UPSC aspirant. So in mid of the May, the UPSC result was declared, and meanwhile in that time one of my friend got selected in IS, Indian Administrative Service. So at that point of time, in the back of mind, all the nostalgia came and suddenly hit it, like I would also have given the attempt, mera bhi ho jata hai UPSC. So in that mindset, I wasted around my 3 months. So till August, I did absolutely nothing with respect to the upskilling part. So after August, I realized after 3 months of like again UPSC preparation that I shouldn't do this. Let's see the practicality. So in mid August, I started again for upskilling. But this time the problem was I lost the grip of Excel and Power BI also. So firstly, I gave myself 2 months of time frame in which I also upskilled myself again, and then I started applying for the jobs. So I can say after
Mm-hmm.
mid October, I started applying aggressively. So the technique what I used to do is, because one of the my friend is HR in Flipkart, so he also told me
Mm-hmm.
one thing: many of the jobs are there in the market that
Mm-hmm.
don't come on career portal of the company as well,
Mm-hmm.
and that don't come on Naukri or LinkedIn. The
Mm-hmm.
HR directly post the jobs on the LinkedIn feed.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I did is I connected directly to the talent acquisition, the managers or the CXO of the company who are in HR department. When I started following them, so I started like seeing their feed, the post and related openings.
Mm-hmm.
So I started applying directly through their feed only. I used to like do 3 points. Firstly, directly reach out to the recruiter on LinkedIn DM. Secondly, I used to also ask for the referral. And thirdly, I used to directly go for the company career page. So I used to apply in three different ways for the same opening. So this I did for many of the job posting, and through this I got three interview calls. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to convert them in a full-time opportunity. But this was a strategy which worked out for me.
Okay, Mayur, now let's talk about what happened in the interview. What kind of questions or topics they discussed in the interview. Can you throw some light on that?
So the first round, initial screening round happened on 23 of December. and the first technical round happened on 2nd of Jan. So in the first technical round, what happened is the manager who was taking my round, he didn't ask a single question on SQL, Power BI, or Excel. The whole interview was focused on problem solving approach, like how as a business analyst I will do this particular approach to solve the problem. So first of all, I showed to him my dashboard, like I was showing him the proof of my work. So indirectly I redirected him to my portfolio website. So in the portfolio he saw my projects and all section, and I also showed him one of my unguided project. So he asked couple of questions with respect to that project, and then he came to one of the case study which he asked me, in which he told me that there is this problem, you have to increase the revenue of this company, how will you do that? So I cleared this first round, and second round was a managerial round. It was with the head of the department. So that round was majorly focused on my team player ability.
So your problem solving and analytical thinking abilities that you gained through your UPSC preparation for 5 years that actually helped you here in the interviews, right?
Yes, that actually helped me. So I got the offer letter on 26th of February 2025.
Okay, Mayur, now let's talk about how much salary a fresher can expect as a business analyst in the market right now.
So, okay, I can bifurcate this question in two parts. Firstly, on-campus hiring and off-campus hiring. So, if talking about on-campus hiring, it can be falling between 5 to 7 LPA, and if it is an off-campus, it will be in 4 to 6 LPA bracket.
Okay, okay.